So, all glories to Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu, and all glories to Lord Nityānanda, and all glories to Śrī Advaita Ācārya, and all glories to the devotees of Lord Caitanya. So I'm going to skip a little bit. Although this is true, this is but the external reason. So the external, okay, I have given the essential, this is verse 5. I have given the essential meaning of the fourth verse. This incarnation, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, descends to propagate the chanting of the holy name and spread love of God. Okay? That's why, remember I told you, that's the external reason, and do more the internal reason, and then you get the other one already. Comes with it. That's seeking the king. Otherwise you go out and then you don't have the power. You need the power. See, the power is ecstatic worship, and then you get right understanding, and also it's attractive force. The scriptures proclaim, although this is true, this is but the external reason for the Lord's incarnation. So everybody in Sankirtan here, do that. Do more, be internal while you're out there. And don't be drawn out too much, because you'll lose power doing that. And it'll just be more material. You want to make followers and all of that stuff. Instead of going, you realize it's all by taste. It's all when that's on your front burner. Then you're in following footsteps of Lord Caitanya. And you'll find your chanting will get more juicy. Sometimes I have to really struggle in going out there, because people are always trying to draw and looking around like this. I have to really work on getting it. And when I do, it gets really tasty and everything. And then automatically, seek the kingdom of God is this taste, man. And then automatically everything else is added. People start attracting. They like the, wow, this person's really... And that's the way, that's how the Lord did it. He rolled into town in South India chanting in ecstasy. It was almost, he got so deep, he was oblivious practically. And he was really relishing. People saw him relishing, you know, he's really internal there, relishing, but before the public. See? And then, yeah. See, so the scriptures proclaim, so please hear the other confidential reason for the Lord's appearance. See, so the external devotees always go for the external. Let's go out and make devotees. Let's go out and attract, see? Because they're external oriented. They think of them externals. So, you see? And now the internal reason, we want to get more into that. That's following in the footsteps of Lord Caitanya. The scriptures proclaim that Lord Krishna previously descended to take away the burden of the earth. To take away this burden, however, is not the work of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The maintainer, Lord Vishnu, is the one who protects the universe. But the time to lift the burden of the world mixed with the time with Lord Krishna's incarnation. When the complete Supreme Personality of Godhead descends, all other incarnations of the Lord meet within him. Okay? So, practically, the Lord did this by worshiping ecstatic love. See, on all the incarnations descend in him. And you notice when devotees, like Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda, and here also, see, worshiping ecstatic love is the descent of the Lord. That happened in Madhavinda Puri. And so all incarnations are in it. What is needed? You got Kapila Dev, the intelligence, you got all of them. See? And whatever is, the Lord will use that, whatever necessary weapon, to destroy the ignorance. See? So he does it like that. And with a little extra thing too, he also has this ecstatic love is not usually visible, and he makes that visible to the world, which is the highest purifying force. It's very powerful, man, you know? And so that becomes visible, and then people come into that and they get the greatest thing. Because that love wasn't visible in Kapila. You didn't see that, read about it, he's not crying and all that stuff, right? Even Krishna in Mathura and Dwarka was a little more subdued. Only in Vrindavan, which you don't hear much about their moods unless, Rupa Goswami and, Raghunath Das and, here also now. So when the complete Supreme Personality of Godhead descends, all other incarnations of the Lord meet together within him. See? So here, the complete Supreme Lord descended in Lord Caitanya. So you got conclusive truth, and you got ecstatic worship. That's complete. That's Sat, Chit, and Ananda. See, the Chit is an eternal form, and the Sat is eternal, and you got the understanding, the right understanding, conclusive truth, and you got the Ananda. That's complete, isn't it? The complete personality is manifest in the world like that. So if you're going to see that again, it's going to be in the empowered version. You're going to see a Vigraha, that's the spiritual master or the devotee. Empowered, their form is eternal. Okay? Because their spiritual body is activated. You may see just a physical, you see the tip of the iceberg, but when they start preaching, they start to see more. Okay? You become an insider, you're drawn inside because the inside is coming outside. Usually, if the Lord keeps it within, how do you know? Lord Ram kept it all within, the same Krishna, same God, right? But he kept most of it within. But Krishna put more of it out, and then Lord Caitanya more out to the public. See? And so now we're in the Kali Yuga phase, which is more out to the public. See? More out. So that what's within comes out into the world. And people, they're looking at a devotee, but they're actually looking at the internal. Devotees were crying. Lord Caitanya came and was cried before people. They were seeing the internal position of God manifest before their eyes when it's usually kept inside. See? Expressed. That was the beginning of the Sankirtan movement, was what we're doing here. This is really the beginning of the real Sankirtan movement, because that's what he did. The beginning was taking a few people, like we have like 3 people, and maybe, 20, 30 well-wishers, and disciples and stuff. They come and they watch. You're watching in our room what Lord Caitanya did. And the others, the blasphemers, just come and they see 2 seconds and blah, 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 and go away. It's not for them. Yet. Maybe this whole life, if they just continue on. There's some of these Ritviks that have been mean for 20 years already. I think they're going to die in that state, but what to do? Many Vaidhi Bhaktas, they won't catch this. They'll just die as Vaidhi Bhaktas. As long as, people seem to have to be a bit fed up with this lose faith in it, lose faith that you're going to get Goloka Vrindavan just on your Vaidhi friends. They're going to help you get there, and your leaders and all that stuff, and hypocritical, unclear and checklists and all that's going to bring it. Well, yeah, eventually maybe but you still have to meet the devotee to learn what you learn here now.